Much boxing news, and I am live once again to discuss the strange, the uncanny, the interesting life of Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Now, we backtrack to December or last quarter of 2018. We had a husky, brash, outspoken young man from Brooklyn that showed up with his Shannon the Cannon like personality and the style of Shannon the Cannon Yoons. Borden Ball, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you, Anthony Deep. Kiev is in the building. Kiev, baby, Kiev. And he showed up at Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Povetkin's uh, first press conference, talking smack, talking trash, laying it on real thick, pissing off AJ, right? Getting AJ's attention. You know, a guy that was the unified heavyweight undefeated champion of the world at the time. And obviously that made a ripple in the pond. Black Warrior Spirit, yeah, that joker tripping. Troy Graham, bless up yourself, movie star. Appreciate you, Troy. Troy Graham in the building, the Troy Graham experience, always live, always in charge. We got to get it up there. Um, Listen, after that, um, after the Deontay Wilder fall through, there was Jarrell Miller, another American, one that was willing to take the money, actually taking half of what Wilder called slave wages. Um, they canceled the second Wembley appointment in the UK, if you guys can remember, and decided to rent out Madison Square Garden in New York City because they felt, Team AJ, that it's time to come to the US of A, right? And the candidate was who? Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Due to the fact that he was able to sell, he was able to promote, he was able to intimidate, right? He was able to do these things. Texas here. What's up, Richard S. in the building? What's strange about Miller's life, Kurt? I'm getting to it. SK Audio, I'm getting to it. Les Reed, hello there. Counterpunch to you. How are you, Kurt? E6. SX in the building. There you go. E6. SX in the building. UK. Costas. Christophe. So they had another possible record-breaking Wembley date canceled to come to the USA to take on Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Big Baby Miller did everything up to that point to sell out Wembley Stadium. Sure, they came there to see AJ and they seen what's all the buzz about. Well, the big British Colossus Brit. But Jarrell Miller lived up to the occasion because as good as AJ was at the time, he wasn't as good as the mouthpiece of Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Miller versus Mark Madoff, loser versus loser. Interesting. You know, Gabriella, hello from Cyprus. Counterpunch to you, Gabriella. Cam talk too much. Salute, y'all. Matthew Wren, I can't help but like the guy. R, what's good, everyone? Topentine, AJ broke Miller when he said, I never gonna fight you. There was a pause from Miller at that moment. I always here for the lives. Nice. 61 people, 5 likes. The math ain't matching. Get those likes up. Counterpunch to you. Troy, everybody do what Troy doing. Jermaine Tate, what up, Kurt? Do you feel like Big Baby Miller is like the new Ika Barabucci? No way. Absolutely not. Hell to the no. Let me counterpunch you right there. Ika Barabucci never lost. 20-0. No losses. No draws. 15 by KO. Took out Tua. Took out Chris Bird. both undefeated fighters. Okay, took out a lot of undefeated fighters. Okay, it wasn't just him. Okay, so no, Ika Barabucci went out on some other stuff. He had some other demons, and we're going to talk about the demons here in a second. But no, he's nothing like Ika Barabucci. Ika Barabucci was an absolute unit. He was an absolute prodigy, and he did everything that he possibly could do. Now, he had his own losses outside the ring, but inside the ring, he's never lost. Jarrell Miller just got busted, beat up, and stopped by Daniel Triple D Dubois. Yes, he earned his name back. It's Triple D now. It's not Triple Knee. It's Triple D, because he put those triple Ds on Jarrell Miller, and Jarrell Miller said, please, bars. I guess Big Baby is the maverick nutter of the modern era. Capashanti, Big Baby is embarrassing. House Belizean culture. Ugh. Yeah, man. A lot of culture. A lot of culture. A lot of circles. New York. Belize. Islam. It's not good. It's not good, bro. U.S. Why Miller behaving like this? I don't know. I don't know. We'll get to some of that. AJ is right. Miller is not on his level. Publicity gap. Let's hope that's what it is. Ike was mentally ill. Ike was mentally ill. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. The Big Baby gonna get his ass tapped in prison. Well, that looks like where he's going. In such a beautiful form, Joshua will overwhelm anyone. Big Baby gonna get his ass. Ike was a beast. Yeah, Ike was a beast. Ace 99. Double trophy time. After selling out Wembley in 2 hours, news got out. First news got out secretly. AJ was injured. Second news got out. Jarrell Miller failed the drug test. Then he took another drug test and he failed another because there was another drug that popped up in the second test. Seems like he is a fighter who has so many demons that it affects his career is more what I mean. Well, my question is, what did Jarrell Miller do between 2019 and 2023? What did he do? How did he live? He didn't get a fight. 2020, he got popped dirty again, so he didn't get paid. He didn't get a fight purse. He didn't get the millions and then had to give it back or had to, he didn't get any of that yet. Do you think any truth to his promoter holding on to the pay checks, Kurt? I'm not sure. I hope not, but if that is the case, that explains a lot because that means he didn't have the money. Because, you would have to be a damn fool to come back with $4 million. I think he made 3.6 million pounds, and I think that's $4.3 million. That's how much he made to fight Daniel Dubois. I got a whole video coming on that. We're going to talk about that in depth, but that's the amount of money that he came in with, or he came back with supposedly. And his promoter can't hold on to anything. The only people that could hold on to something would be the IRS, because he has to pay the taxes for the shit. So that would still leave him a millionaire. Because even $3.6 million would still leave him at least 1.5. So he has sex appeal. People hyping AJ up again after beating limited opposition. I'm not talking about AJ. He still owed Eddie $300,000 before a Saudi fight. Nah, I don't think Eddie wanted it. Can you fight, Kurt? Yep, I can fight. A bit of everything. Andre Ward. Jarrell Miller is a big dope. He owes Eddie $300,000. I keep hearing this $300,000. What is this about? If he owed $300,000, how is still in the truck gonna help pay Eddie Hearn back? What, he's gonna sell the truck? That truck probably is worth maybe 65 grand. It probably 85 at best. 4 million. Crikey, something must be up. IRS takes 24%. Shit, they take more than that. They take more than that. You know what I mean? Let's say you get paid $5,500. They're gonna take you. You're lucky if you see 33. I know. So imagine if that's on a bigger scale. Yeah, they're gonna take more. At 350 pounds, when Miller wasn't boxing. He was a professional eater. Obviously so. He was eating cheeseburgers. Joker MP1, what's going on? Counterpunch to you. All that talk and the big fat baby got battered. Well, yeah, he got beat. Okay. But see, Jarrell Miller, based on what he did, like, I don't understand. I just don't understand it. That's why it's strange. Like, even him losing the way he lost, he never went down. He got stopped, but he never went down. He was getting the shit beat out of him. He wasn't even throwing back. And I know that had to be because he was so tired, because carrying around that much weight unnaturally, and I say yes, unnaturally, will wear you down. See, I call it unnaturally because I think he gained weight because when you come off drugs, you gain weight. You know what I mean? So the drugs is what? Unnatural. There's nothing natural about drugs. It's some kind of chemical of some sort. So when he got off the juice, he immediately started gaining weight, and that's one of the side effects of taking drugs. You gain weight. So it was unnatural. A lot of people think, oh, that's natural. No, it's unnatural because it came from as a result of him taking drugs, performance enhancing drugs, banned substances, whatever it is, whatever chemical that he was taking and that he was mixing and trying to, he was injecting into his body. He gained that weight because he got off the stuff. That's a side effect of getting off drugs. That's all that really is. A lot of people look at it backwards. Mr. Blues, denial trainer explaining the game plan just dropped. Okay. Miller never gave up, but eyes said different. They were pleading for the ref to stop in the final round. Yeah, he was doing these funny faces and all this stuff. Let's hit that like button. We got 137 people in here. Let's hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. I call him the big farm, Miller. Ren, food becomes your drug. Miller was street Montalite, whatever. I don't know what that is. It's his own fault. Lex Gaming. Kurt, what's your most powerful punch? Mine is the left hook. I don't know. I don't know because my left hook is it's crazy. I'm right-handed, but like my left hand, like when I throw my left hook, and this you guys are gonna laugh. My left hook got stronger because when my first daughter was born, she was born, the hell? She was born 8 pounds, 13 ounces. She was a huge child. She looked like a little Samoan, okay? Huge. I mean, 23 inches long, 8 pounds, 13 ounces. Huge, okay? And I carried her like this. And this child, it took her 13 months to walk. So I was like, okay, my child's going to be retarded, right? You know what I mean? We said that back then, right? She's going to be mentally challenged now. She's going to have some kind of deflection. But no, she was just a big baby, and big babies take longer to develop their muscles and legs and coordination and stuff like that. So I used to carry my child like this. You know what I mean? And now understand, this is like 23 years ago. So I used to carry my child like this. And what I know is from carrying her from long, long moments of time, just carrying her, my left hook got stronger. So when I went to the gym, I was able to move the bag because I'm carrying this child. Because she only got bigger. I mean, she was probably went from 813 to 10 pounds to 12 pounds. And then her mom breastfed. And then what her grandmas did with their sneaky selves, they gave her secretly Enfamil. So she was getting titty milk and Enfamil milk. So she had double doses of milk. So her legs were getting huge. I'm like, oh my God, look at my child. You know what I mean? Because she was huge. She had her mom's face in my body. She had long arms and everything, and it was crazy. So they were like, yeah, we're gonna give her some of this Infamil. You know what I mean? And then she was, so her mom thinking, oh, I'm naturally taking care of my daughter, orangutan tits. You know what I mean? They looked crazy, right? Full of milk. And dude, and I'm holding this big unit, okay? This big mini unit in my hands, and dude, like for whatever reason, when I threw the left hook, the bag would. I'm like, oh my god, maybe it's something to it. You know what I mean? Because I held her for so long with my left, never with my right, none of that. You know, but yeah, my left hand. So I don't know. Maybe my left hook now. Joshua would have killed him that night if they fought. I don't know because see, remember something. Are you talking about the night Miller supposed to fought Anthony Joshua? We don't know that because Anthony Joshua, if it's true what happened to him, if he got knocked out, I think it was by Joey DeWaco or the other one. I'm hearing it's the other guy now that knocked out Anthony Joshua and gave him a concussion. You can tell AJ was jacked up. But anyway, I don't know. He might have hurt AJ. Jarrell. He might have caught. Um, he might have caught AJ unless they stopped it if AJ started teeing off on him because Jarrell Miller is not as defensively gifted as Andy Ruiz. That is 3.6 grams. Not too big. We consider 4 grams big. Okay, well, 8 pounds, 13 ounces is pretty good for me. Pretty big. Miller can retire now, so the image of the boxing sport can be protected. Well, I mean, he's going to have to retire if he goes to jail by default. Kurt, your daughter ain't going to be talking to you for some time, calling her a little Samoan and a retarded on live. No, she's good. I mean, I don't think she'll see this anyway. But I mean, she was huge. She looked like a Samoan because her mom was from Guam. So she is definitely island. She's a big girl. Her new name should be Jarrell the Glutton Miller. Max tax bracket is 40%. Miller still would have 2 million. Okay. Well, he didn't need to do what he did. My daughter is 17. Catch your boy hauling her in one arm. Nothing prepared me for hard work when I left school. Being a railway worker helped build my strength. Love the story with your daughter. I am shocked. The news Miller just made millions in Saudi. He could have bought a G Wagon. He could have bought, bro, he could have bought stock in the car dealership. He could have bought into the car dealership. The dumb shit he did was like, it's something that somebody from the block would do. Like, yeah, you go and distract him, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to come up behind him, choke him, slam him, and I'm going to get the keys from him. You get the keys and we're going to jet in the truck. Like, what are you talking about? SK Audio. Supposedly, Jarrell Miller had a lady, which I don't think they found the lady yet. I think she helped him do what he wanted her to do. She was an accomplice. They haven't found her yet. But she went up to the dealership of a repoed vehicle. She said that, hey, I'm so and so, and I left my keys or purse inside the vehicle. Can I get it? So the guy got the keys out. As soon as he got the keys, came outside, Jarrell Miller, come behind the dude, give him a chokehold, and demanded for the keys. After he gave him the keys, he slammed them down. They got in the truck and they jetted off. Well, they had a tracking device inside the truck. So the cops came right to the truck with the tracking device and took him to jail. I don't know if she was there because obviously she wouldn't because she would have been there with him. But here's the deal. You do have to really look at something that don't make sense. If it wasn't her truck and they don't know who she is, stay with me. Why would he grab the keys without verifying who the hell she was? Counterpunch. Hey, Kurt, ever think maybe Miller owed some money to people? I mean, why do this if you had money? This is the shit you do. if you have no money. He owed money to Hearn. Doubt he was the only one. Nah, he didn't owe money like that. Unless what we calling what is Eddie Hearn the next um, Daniel Kinahan? What is Eddie Daniel Kinahan now? No, bro. 35 years of age should be an established heavyweight top contender. Boxing is unforgiving, short lived. At the time AJ was ready for taking, Miller would have won. The moment Miller got paid, he had to pay off his tick list. But I mean, what did that have to do with the truck? So he took the truck because he didn't want to have to pay for the truck because he's paying somebody else off? Exactly. Miller had a tick list from all the big pharma. Counterpunch, something Wish was in the car, contraband or something, and he needed to grab it. Harry, that might have made sense because, like, the truck itself, a truck, a truck itself wouldn't be that valuable by itself. Maybe he had something in it that was worth doing what he did. And maybe he got it out before they got him out and took him to jail. That you may be onto something, Harry. Shout out to Harry, because that's the only thing that can make sense. Whatever he was in, they had to get whatever was in the truck. I don't think it was the truck itself. Good job, Harry. Great counterpunch. Because it's like, wait a minute. Why would you do all that for a truck? Why not buy another truck? Well, see, I think people, it's all about what we don't know. Knowing is everything. Okay. And probably Jarrell Miller had something in there. You know, Jarrell Miller, if you listen to his rap music, he's talking about all types of stuff. That's how the feds come pick up some of these rappers. Because the things that they say they rap about actually happen. They just kind of change and tweak shit. But no, if you follow the lyrics, you follow pretty much a trail of corruption that they've done in the past or recently done. Nah, Eddie is a nice enough about it, but who knows who Miller knows in the States. And people in the States don't F around about this type of stuff. Ark Ash, big up Kirk, good to see you. Ark Ash, appreciate your brother. Stewart, it's a big step down from the luxurious 5-star Saudi hotel and jail. Yeah. Yeah, Junto Coro. Man, it's crazy. Hey, Kurt, I carried a newborn calf daily for months. I could still carry it until it was over 400 pounds. Damn. You do it every day. You don't notice a few pounds it gains every week. Now, that's true. Big Baby Miller, a little baby that needed help. JC says he must have been taking drugs and peds to do what he did. I don't know if he was doing that now. Let's say this. Let's say Jarrell Miller joined the nation of Islam. I can't say the nation of Islam. That's a became a Muslim. Okay. Let's say he did that because something was going on with him. Let's say I don't look. Let's look at it this way. Maybe somebody was after Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller's from Brooklyn. What the hell is he doing in Hollywood, Florida? Think about it. Like, what's going on with Jarrell Miller? Jarrell Miller might have did something. Well, if that's the case, why didn't he just stay in Saudi Arabia? You know, he could have just bought him a pad in Saudi. He's like, yo, I'm going to hang around you guys until you guys give me another fight because I'm ready to rumble. You know? But I mean, but maybe something was in that truck, though. But if he owed somebody or somebody was after him, you know, that might have made a lot of sense. It seems like such a desperate move. It doesn't make sense unless the loss has done something to his status and he needed to do something to show stress. Okay. Let's talk about that for a minute. What if Jarrell Miller suffered some type of CE? Shout out to Belle EJ. I used to date this girl, and she had she once upon a time dated a former NFL football player, Melvin Oliver. Okay, this is all carnal knowledge. He was crazy as shit. He used to beat her up, throw her around, or all that stuff. I mean, like, she had to go to court because they were in LSU. And this is before we met, okay? So, I'm a storyteller, so just stick with the story. Well, the guy had to do community service and this, that, and the other in order, to stop from getting jail time because, it was recorded. It was like it was on video where he like take her and like throw her. This dude was huge. He was like 300 pounds. He was like Jarrell Miller. And what ended up happening was, check the time. Okay. What ended up happening was he messed around and he got drafted. Now, nobody knew he was drafted. He got drafted for the San Francisco 49ers, right? And the dude, right, he played like a season or two there, but he was lying to Bell the whole time because me and Bell hooked up in Shreveport, and we were staying together by that time. And she overheard by some girls that knew him. I was like, oh, he got drafted. And he was telling her, oh, I don't have any money or whatever. But anyway, long story short, he does this career in football for like, I think he was with the 49ers and I think he got traded to another team or whatever. Now, he's suffering from CE so bad that he just kind of stays with his aunt in like Alabama or something like that. So, but a lot of those things are linked to anger and like violence and things that you do. So maybe, just maybe, Daniel Dubois hit Jarrell Miller. And Jarrell Miller's accustomed to taking punches. Maybe just because you can take punches don't mean the punches won't affect you mentally. You're just accustomed to taking shots. See, not everybody's meant to take punches. It doesn't matter how tough you are. Not everybody can take punches and still remain coherent or, stay with the same sensible mind or sense of mind. Boxers go through it. Football players, they go through it. It's a lot that's involved. Miller riding dirty, no surprise. If Miller was 10 years younger, that he could probably make respectable comeback, but this ain't on the side. Kurt, the promoter. The nation has accepted someone who has let them down. Hopefully Tank does better. CTE. I said he probably has CTE in my opinion. Yeah, that's what they call it, CE or CTE. CTE. Yeah, right? Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Nah, he ain't got CTE, man. He way too nice with the rhymers. Well, we're just looking. You know what I mean? We're just kind of trying to figure it out. Like, what would make him do that? But I like what Stewart said. I like the idea of what was in that truck. Something was in the damn truck that he needed to get out, and he can't tell, hey, I had something in the truck. Why would he? If it was diamonds, if it was like 4 or 5 kilos of coke or some craziness like that, or something that he needed to get out of that truck way more valuable than the truck was. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. Okay, CTE is post-mortem diagnosis. Okay. So how do we say it? How do we say the disorder when you take too much damage? How do we say that? He got roid rage. Probably mad. His wee shrunk. That's not right. He's tough enough for prison. Yeah, I think, Jarrell Miller probably would go to prison. I hope he don't. I don't want Jarrell Miller to go to prison. We all know he's a bad guy, but then what he did, give him some probation. Hopefully the nation, bars, will help him out. I don't, because, he's still in jail. He was trying to get out of jail, and I think they denied bail, because he went to court yesterday. Those, I've seen the news report on him. I want to hear Miller's side of the story. I do want to hear what Miller has to say. I mean, that's only right. People don't read anymore. I had an interest in ancient athletes. Marcos Chaz. Dude, Miller choked a guy, got a girl, to get a guy to get the keys to go in a truck that she once or supposedly had, but then I just don't see that dude just grabbing the keys and getting it out for her. I think he would like, okay, what's your name, ma'am? Or is this your truck? Whose registration is it under? Those type of things. Most boxers at 333 pounds would have gassed out earlier in the rounds. He surprised me going to 10 rounds. Well, almost 10 rounds. You can't say he successfully went 10 rounds because he didn't. Because he stopped punching probably about first minute in the 10th round. He didn't throw any more punches. So he gassed out in the last round. You know what he did? He pulled a Carl Froch versus Jermaine. Damn, what's Jermaine's last name? Damn it, Jermaine. What's Jermaine's last name? The former middleweight champion. Franklin? No, Jermaine Taylor. Thank you, Harry. Damn, where did that go? Yeah, he pulled one of him because Jermaine Taylor was beating Carl Froch, and his ass ran out of gas. I couldn't stand his ass for that. He made me so. Oh boy, I was pissed at Jermaine Taylor because he had dropped Carl Froch. He was ahead on the points, and he ran out of gas. What a jackass. Skrilla 50. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Yeah, chronic, traumatic, whatever that word is, CTE. Yeah, because I heard my ex talk about it all the time. You know what I mean? So she used to talk about it all the time, man. Like, and it was and she's like a kitten. She ain't no fighter or nothing like that. And something had to be wrong with him. I'm like, because I couldn't stand him. I'm like, well, he's such a coward because I don't hit women. I hit women, but I don't hit women. You understand? So, like, I didn't understand. Like, why would you physically do this to a girl and throw her around? And this girl was like, oh, baby, no, baby, no. You know what I mean? She is like a kitten. Like, she's real sensitive. We were all pissed at Taylor. Yeah, dude. Carl. Man, I was so mad at, man, Taylor made me so pissed. And it was all crazy. It was all crazy. Yeah, Turpentine. You know what I'm saying? You know what time it is, Turpentine. Yeah. Miller really meant it when he said he was going to pull up on Eddie. Yeah, I think about that. I thought I put that in my video. Like, yeah, I'm gonna roll up on you. I'm gonna roll up on you, son. Like, hey, maybe that meant something. I can see Tank doing something stupid like that. Well, he pretty much did. Hit and run and then got out of there and then. But I mean, well, he didn't. Okay, here's the good thing about Miller. He stole a truck. Granted, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Now, he may get. Hopefully, they drop that down to something. You know what I mean? He's going to have to plead. If everything they said was true, he's going to have to plead. They're going to have to get that down to attempted carjacking without a weapon. That's a good thing. He didn't have a gun. Okay. Now he did put his hands on the guy, so that's a whole nother charge. So I can see Tank. Okay. He must have been hired by someone to do what he did, a contract job gone wrong. Well, that could have been something, but then that's him working for something. But is the risk versus the reward, like what's the hell? Or maybe this. Maybe he got hired to do something like that, which was stupid because he's a public figure now. You just was in the biggest fight card in the last 30 years, and you go and that's stupid. I don't know. That's dumb. That man's pimp head was strong. If Eddie, right? Miller's fortunate he didn't get blasted. Some repo cats are straight up. Yeah, like what's the little dude that has the annoying wife with her accent? You got to have to take it. You're going to have to take it. He a little black dude, little skinny, tall black dude with the glasses. I don't know if you guys seen him, but I forget what they call it. But like, I stopped watching it simply because of her voice. Her voice is so annoying. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's like, you're going to have to get in the car and not to sit away and wait, man. I'm like, whoa, shut up. If I was him being him, and he's whooped. I don't know what she doing to that man, but he's whooped. Because I'd have told her, baby, shut up. Don't talk. I like your accent. Not me and everybody else do. You know what I mean? Well, he's still a public figure. School at 50. People know who he is. See, if you know AJ, you pretty much know Miller because Miller became popular. He became infamous for doing what he did. People know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like people know infamous people. You know? You trying hard for this guy. Oh my God. Don't call his name again with AJ's, please. CPN News. Please, you're better than this. I believe so. No, dude, understand. I didn't sign the contract to fight Jarrell Miller and Jarrell Miller tried to cheat me. It is what it is. This is the topic at hand. Don't be so sensitive. It is what it is. You know, AJ been in some trouble. Not that type of trouble, but he's been in some trouble. You know, Joshua versus Zhang. Who will win? I give it to Joshua. AJ versus Fury, the only fight to make. Miller responds with, is because I became Muslim. Nah. Miller is known more for talking than fighting. Well, I want to see him talk his way out of this. Maybe Miller was in his feelings as he quit from a quitter. Prison might help with Miller's weight. No, because you guys can remember Mike Tyson went to jail and came out looking like a water buffalo. He came out huge. So no, that commissary stuff, nah. Don't make any excuses for Miller, my bro. There is no justification for what he did. No, there isn't. I'm just trying to find out justification versus reason are two different things. You're trying to justify why you did something. Why did you do it? Like what you did, you have to have a reason to do it. It had to be a logical reason, like, okay. And if there's no logical reason, if he just done something like that, he's a fucking idiot. I mean, more than likely he's won anyway. But like there had to be like something that we don't know. Because there always is. You know. I mean, we shouldn't be naive to understand, like, hey, it may be more to this than this man just going and doing what he did to get this truck, to take it somewhere, and you know what I mean? What's the deal? Who did the truck belong to? Was it Jarrell's old truck? If it's his old truck, that means he had something in that damn truck. He had to get out. But if that's the case, well, you know, why didn't he just get it out when he got the keys? You know what I mean? Like, man, I need to get something out of the car. So, I don't know. Miller got too much street in him. I guess he does, bro. He got to have too much street in him. Jail and prison ain't no joke. No place to be for anyone. No, it's not. No, it is not. Miller is so big, loud, and menacing most of the time you don't have to fight. People just scared of him. Now, that's true. I mean, if anything, with Miller, though, Miller would run into gangs. Nobody's going to fight Miller in jail straight up. You know what I mean? Because here's the reality about prison and gangs. Prison gangs, they click up just like they do on the streets. The only difference is they do it by race and not by street or territory or any shit like that. Prison is much more pragmatic, but they're all the same. They don't do anything on their own. You know, that's the thing. Most people in jail is a very, if you're doing your time and doing your time without any help, it's psychologically draining simply because you're going to be put in solitary or you're going to be put in isolation, right? And that's hard. I think his career is over. What do you think? I don't know. I hope not. I mean, but you can't break the law and do stupid shit like that and not expect anything. This ain't a Tank Davis case. Tank Davis just got the hell out of Dodge. He didn't rob nobody. You know? Andy Ruiz versus Zhilei Zhang is better than David Allen versus Deontay Wilder. Absolutely. 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 James Bash blessing me with that cash. Peace Kurt Miller consistently fumbling the bag. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, did he get paid? And if he got paid, I don't know, man. I just know if I'm Miller and I know I'm going to jail, I would be trying to get out, to work, to fight, to make all the money I can before I go to jail. Give it to my mom or somebody that's going to put it up for me, and hopefully that she won't spend that shit while he's in prison. Miller has to pay himself out of this situation. That's if he can. Because the judges were like, no, we're not doing that. And let me tell you something about law enforcement and like judges and things like, look what they did to Floyd, Money Mayweather. Do you know why they gave Mayweather that time, that 90 days in jail? Because they knew he was rich and they knew he knew how to fight. And they looked at him being able to fight as a negative thing. Oh, you know how to punch people and you're trained to fight and you beat up on women? Oh, we're going to do something with you. Kurt, what do you think about that funny and weird double Blue Blood Sports dude? Wait, funny and weird dude, Blue Blood Sports TV. Blue Blood's all right. I mean, he's a Wilder fan, so what do you think? He's going to take up for Wilder. I don't understand it, but he's going to take up for Wilder. I do understand it. He's a Wilder fan. Some people, they do their thing, and he's doing his. So that's Blue. I don't have anything against Blue. Davis hit like 7 parked vehicles and occupied vehicle with 4 people, including the pregnant woman. Yeah, hopefully, dude. And wasn't it in Florida too? These guys should stay out of Florida, man. I'm sorry, they need to stay out of Florida. Most prisons are. Perhaps he had a weapon in his truck and he didn't want it found. Maybe. But maybe. It could have been something more incriminating. That could have been the case. But if I'm the dude that got slammed to the ground, I'm not going to go to the police. If Jarrell Miller, if I was that dude that worked at the car dealership and he choked me and slammed me to the ground after I gave him the, pow, get down. And he took off, right? And it's like, I wouldn't go to the courts. I would go to the civil court. I'd sue him. Oh, he gonna give me some money. I'm gonna sue him for $200,000. That 3.6 or that 1.7 that you brought back after paying taxes, you're gonna give me about 200,000 of it. Of my pain and suffering. I'll go home, break a toe. Oh, my toe broke when he slammed me to the ground. No, it was in Baltimore. Okay, it was in Baltimore. Okay. But no, seriously. I mean, let's just, it is what it is, man. Yeah, but if he did me like that, if Jarrell Miller, and I know you just got paid, bro, I'm getting a lawyer. I'm suing Jarrell. I'm not taking him to jail. I'm suing Jarrell. Bars. He's going to give me $200K. I'm going to be in court all day. My mouth, I have a podcast and my mouth I can't properly say certain pronunciations. Miller would have to pay. Yeah, Miller have to pay me, man. I ain't taking Miller to court. I'm taking him to civil court. He gonna have to show up. Get your lawyer. And don't let it be on tape. Because, me, I'm a stunt man. I'm gonna hit the ground hard. I'm gonna bounce my head back. Oh God, the agony. Then the rock spit off and they hit me in my eye and protruded and messed up my orbital bone. I want $350,000. I need $350,000 for my sprained eye. See, it keeps. The woman could have put him up to it because of her problems. I don't know. Imagine how much Miller owes throughout the years due to inactivity. He probably owes a lot of money. I don't know, but I mean, I don't think that that would be enough for him to do what he did. You know what I mean? And if he owed more than that, I feel bad for him. If he owed more than what his purse was, I feel bad for him because that means he got overwhelmed. You know, what's that like that movie with Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems, where he owed everybody? Yeah, it could be like that. The woman could have. Yeah, wait. I did time in the South. Well, okay. Yes, but Miller could have paid for the car out of recovery. He could have done that. He could have done that, and I don't understand why he did that. You know what I mean? I don't. I. This is all I have to say about that, guys. And, and signing off, talking about Jarrell, the strange life of Jarrell Miller. I want to see what Jarrell Miller has to say, and I know he's going to have a lot to say when he gets out. So, as soon as he does, people, we're going to counterpunch it and talk about why and hear the explanation on why in the fuck you decided to do what you did. I mean, was he meow whooped? Right? Did the woman have him meow whooped? Right? I got to get to my daily videos, man. I got to split. But yeah, I needed to talk about this for a second. We will reconvene to talk about Jarrell, the mean, the crazy, the off the chain, the Brooklynite, the loudmouth. Hopefully, not soon to be in jail or prison. Miller. Everybody be blessed today. Of course, please subscribe. And everyone has been Counterpunch. Peace.